welcome to Love You Bro podcast. I am your host, Jude Jamie, and as I get to do it every week, I do it with my bro, James.
What I do.
What's up, brother?
What's up, bro?
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight, and let's just, we're gonna dive right in, man. Kind of get the dog days of summer. There's some stuff going on with the Royals, the Seth Lugo deal. We're gonna get into that a little bit. We're gonna talk, Quinn. We're gonna talk a little bit about some of the stuff. I saw the Broncos got a 4-year extension with Cortland Sutherland. I saw that one. So let's just kind of dive in, man. You know, we've been talking all summer long. You know, getting in the middle of the summer as far as the Royals and talking about, you know, they're going to be buyers, they're going to be sellers. And just the way they were playing and some of those series they lost, we thought for sure they'd be selling. And you and I, the last few weeks, we've been talking about Lugo getting, maybe lumped together with some of our prospects or something to go get some more prospects. That somebody making a playoff run would go after Lugo. Were you shocked when Passan broke the story that Lugo signed an extension?
Yes, I think everyone was shocked.
Yeah.
Jonesy sent a text message over that, you know, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't know if that, you know, not to, you know, with Jonesy and I always go back and forth, should they get what they should do? And he's always super positive, like stay the course. But I was surprised. And then, you know, you look at it and the bottom line was the shit I kept hearing is that, which is weird to me, man. It's really weird. It's a weird thing when like they don't can't get anything for Lugo. So it's like, what do you mean you can't get anything for Lugo? The fucking dude was second in Cy Young voting last year, and this year's put together another really phenomenal. Even though he's a rental, it's like somebody who is really going all in. Like Lugo's what you gonna bring you a bag of balls and a second, low A second baseman.
Do you think teams just didn't want to come off anybody for him?
Well, I think at the end of the day, I think that, you know, Piccolo and that they didn't like what they were hearing, what they were going to get for him. So they probably was kind of close to like, hey. They were getting to a deadline to say, listen, we're either going to need, are you going to re-up with us? Right. If not, then we have to deal you. And they could have probably held on to the 24th hour and see what they did. Yeah. But the deal he got, I mean.
It's a team-friendly deal a little bit, correct?
Well, so they call it a vested deal. Essentially, it's 2 years.
$46 million. Yeah, $3 million signing bonus, right?
Yes, and so it's all guaranteed. Yeah. But if he has a phenomenal year, I mean, if he has put together 2 huge years in a row, then you know they can agree to like that he comes back. You know, he comes back for that 3rd year. Right. I just don't see that happen. I think 2 years. Yeah. And I will say this.
What's his age? How old is Lugo right now? 30? Is it 32?
No, I think he might be 34.
I kept thinking 32. Maybe I might be wrong.
But the deal is.
Seth Lugo is 35.
35,
okay. Okay, all right.
But the thing about Lugo isn't, he's not blowing gas up there at 101. Right. He's a pitcher. He's a really good pitcher that utilizes 8 or 9 pitches.
Like Coach Shelley said, he's a true dude that moves the ball in and out.
But not to say injury can't happen to him, but he's not going to blow out his arm.
Yeah.
He's not going to blow out his arm. So I think
it's steady Eddie, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. And I think that it's a commitment, once again, which John Sherman has. He is committed that the regime prior never did. Right. I mean, even when they went out right now, because everyone's like, I don't know, realistically, I would say no that they're going to make the playoffs. But Grichuk, the guy they bought in, is better than what they had currently.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's not going to move the needle. People aren't going to be like, holy shit, Grichuk, he's coming. No. So they brought him in, and he has, I think, 12 homers, but they didn't have a right-handed bat in the outfield now. They didn't have right bet. So I mean, they're spending what they can and trying to commit without doing.
You saw that what's his name? Grichuk. You saw that move, and it wasn't something you were like, oh yeah, like that dude's like coming in. But like you said, better than what we had there. Gives us a right hand bat.
And if you're a pitcher. Whether it's a relief or whether it's a starter, it's a major league guy. Yeah, he's going to give you a major league at bat. It's not some bullshit up there that it's like it is 7, 8, 9 out. I mean, not he's going to come in here and he's going to bat 360 with an OPS of 6 something and hit 8 home runs in the month of August. But he'll give you a professional bat. He'll extend the lineup a little bit. And then Frazier, I wasn't particularly tickled with that, because they almost DFA'd him last year, Frazier. And they gave up a Cam Devaney, who was a 28-year-old shortstop slash info. He had 18 homers in AAA. But if you need those guys, and if a Bobby Witt was behind that saying bring him back, they like him for the clubhouse. Yeah. They have a lot of veterans in that clubhouse who have played in big games and played. Yeah. So
they said he was a great clubhouse guy.
Yeah. So you have guys that that are in there. So I mean, it's a good move. Like I said, I don't think we will catch. I don't think we'll catch the Seattles or Texas to make that jump. But, and when you look at our division, Cleveland's selling. I mean, Cleveland are sellers, which is crazy. Detroit, but they were so hot. And I think they've lost 7 of 10.
Have they?
Yeah. So they've got, but like teams like that, like, you look at the Yankees right now with Judge is on
Is he hurt now?
Yes, he has a left elbow flexor, I want to say, but they thought it was more serious than what it was.
Right. What happened to the closer with Cleveland? I saw some deal. He got suspended.
He's busted.
What was he betting on games?
Yes. That's what they think. That's what it's allegedly.
Hey, Quinn, when you look up and see, and that there's a bunch of dudes, I think there's a group of guys that were busted or they've had their hands slapped right now until they find out what's going on. Some guys in baseball, they think we're betting, but I know Clase was one of those dudes, right?
And Clase's filthy.
Yeah,
Royals always magic it to him. Which was to say that
nasty closer.
We won 1 out of 3 from Florida, then came back and took 2 or 3 from the Diamondbacks, and then 2 or 3 from the Cubs. But with doing that,
did they take 2 or 3 this weekend from Cleveland?
Yes.
They won 2 or 3. I thought they were 2 or 3.
Yeah, they took 2 or 3.
Yeah, just turn that off for me. Thanks, brother.
2 or 3. But this is kind of to go back. They were fighting their. I mean, so if they won Friday night, so Saturday, they are.
That's the game you're telling me about, right? Saturday. What happened in Saturday's game? Oh, it was a doubleheader. Friday night, got rained out. So they played 2 Saturdays.
So Saturday to start off. So in the 7th inning, they have a triple.
Yep.
So Garcia hits a triple with 1 out.
Right.
So can't move him. John Rave pops up a bunt to the third baseman. Can't get him. So
That's so brutal, man.
Next inning, they have a double. The first inning, the 7th inning, they didn't get him. They had a guy on third, couldn't get him on. Then in the 8th inning, they had Cleveland had tied it up. They had he was on second, and they tried to bunt him over with 1 out, couldn't do it, got out there, and then Cleveland took the lead and jumped out, and I was like, "This is it." This is it, because essentially everyone's saying they had to sweep that series,
right,
with that, against Cleveland, and then he hasn't had a ton of good moments. He plays his ass off. He is tough as nails. He's one of those guys, and it's a baseball term. It's not disrespect him, but it's like dirtbag. Like, India's just he plays his ass off. He plays hurt. He plays but he hit that.
He's a gamer. Kid plays hard. Man.
Plays his ass off. But hit that shot and they won, and I was like. So everyone at the restaurant was jumped up. I mean, it was in the moment because they had to get that. Then Bubic
blew the second game, right?
So Bubic pitches the second game. So this is a topic that I wanted to discuss and get into. A lot of people that I've heard have not addressed it. And it's weird to me that they have not, because Annie Rogers, who was the beat writer for the Royals MLB, said he had been dealing with a stiff arm most of the season. Now, remember last year he came off and he was really good in the bullpen.
Yeah.
And we talked about this. I'm like, I kind of like him in the bullpen. People are like, well, if he's a starter, starters are premium. Okay, but he was really nasty in the bullpen.
Right. And now you made him a starter and put a ton of innings on him.
So he was fatigued. So he goes out there. So once again, restaurant's full. Everyone's tuned in the game. Yeah. He walks the first 4 batters. So he walks in a run.
That's not like him either. That's not like Bubic.
Walks in his run. And so I texted Jonesy and Kraft. I'm like, is he hurt? Like, is he hurt? No one knows anything. Well, he was only hitting 86 on his fastball, which is down for him where he was after his Tommy John.
Absolutely.
So he comes out of the game, I think in the third. He comes out of the game in the third, and they go on to say it's shoulder fatigue. He won't be back this year. He won't be back this year.
Is that what they said? He won't be back this year?
No, he's done. Yeah.
Dude.
I mean,
that's one of your best throwers all season, man.
But so where I am at with this is that a month ago they're talking about him getting big time money and the contract that he's going to get.
Yeah.
So why don't you obviously no one knew. They always know more than everyone else. So why don't they deal him a month ago?
Right.
3 weeks ago? Why don't they do that? But because we got the Dark Knight, Hunter Harvey, who came here from the Nationals.
Right.
And has been hurt his entire time here.
Yeah.
So obviously he had shit going on before we traded for him.
Dumped him on us.
So, but when he's had his moment, it's like, he's had his moment. He's been phenomenal. He started out the year phenomenal, but he gets hurt. So I'm just saying, like, why not do that? It's about winning. I mean, if you know this and people were like, oh, they're not going to deal Bubic. There's no way. He's got a lot of value. Next year they have to re-up him. He's going to get... They're talking about him getting Corbin Burns money, $200 million.
No way that he gets $2 million. I mean, I know that's what they're saying because of the way he started the season, but no way Bubic gets not.
But that's had he finished the year strong. I mean, ERA was under 3, and some of his losses weren't his fault. What I'm saying is, if you know this, proactive and say, hey, you know what, we'll give you Bubic. Well, his work comes out fine. It's like it's not a little strain. But. Which was weird. So I don't know. So he's done.
Now we've got Bubic hurt. Now Reagan's he's gone for the year. Bubic gone for the year. Wednesday
day game, right? You could have a bullpen game, or you could have Dallas Keuchel throw Wednesday.
I throw Dallas Keuchel. I like Dallas Keuchel back in the day for the Astros, man. I thought he was nice. I like that.
At the deadline, they did pretty much exactly what they had to do. Because had you sent Lugo off for something that wasn't anything,
right?
You would have Waka, Noah Cameron, who should be
Noah, man. I like Noah Cameron from St. Joe.
Noah
man.
should be a guy.
I like Noah.
Noah should be a guy that could pitch in the league for 7-8 years. Because once again, he's like Lugo. He doesn't throw 95, 96, but but you would have Waka, Noah Cameron, and Rich Hill.
Man.
If you got rid of Lugo. But now Rich is, he pitched good the other day.
He did. He didn't throw too bad. He didn't do too bad at all.
But so that's where you are. I mean, that's where they are. So
it just sucks. They're hurt. They're probably not going to make a run down the stretch.
But anything's possible. They got 53 games left.
Anything's possible, but I don't know. Right now, we've always kind of changed our tone. I don't say changed our tone, but right around, man, end of July when training camp starts. I love the Royals. We love our baseball. We love everything in here in Kansas City. But I don't know about you. I'm itching. I'm itching to get this season started up in St. Joe. I'm itching to start this season. If anything I take away from the first week, everybody, all 32 teams look great. All 32 teams look like Super Bowl champions. So it's nothing like that. But I would just say the people I've talked to, I've not been up to St. Joe yet. People I've talked to that have been there the last week just say it's very businesslike. It's very businesslike with 15, very businesslike with 87. Offensive line, we can't go and judge them totally until the bullets start flying, the regular season hits. You can go through all the drills and all that stuff. But we're going to get into tonight. Quinn, tell us a little bit about kind of what you got set up for our show tonight.
Guys, we're going to do offensive and defensive preseason rankings. We're going to go through each position group, each room, and we're going to give letter grades to each position.
I love it, man. I love it.
So we can start off with offense or defense. What do you guys think?
Let's start with the defense.
Let's start with the defense.
Let's start with the defense.
Defense, we're going to hit edge rushers first.
Edge rushers, man. How do we feel about our edge rushers? Jamie, I went and printed off a depth chart for us. Quinn's got the same depth chart over there. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball here. See what we've got. I'm gonna need my old man
guys
glasses.
Like George Karlaftis, Omenahue, friends of the show.
So we got left defensive end. Looks like right now they've got starting Karlaftis, Omenahue behind him.
We got Felix,
Ashton Galati behind him, and then on the other outside we got Mike Dana. We got
Felix,
and then inside. Well, we're gonna stay on the outside guys, right?
Yeah, stay on the outside guys right now.
Outside guys.
Stay on the outside guys right now. What do we think about George? We got George and Charles out there. Ashton Galati, I think is going to bring some to our lineup.
Some juice. I mean, for me, obviously George, he's a dog. Charles O's dog. I mean, those guys, they'll bring it. I love them. I don't know after that if I'm overly excited about what that is. Not to say they can't have up years or say that, but it's a tough. that's tough to look at because those guys once again are dogs. Obviously,
Mike Dana, I like Mike Dana. I like Mike Dana over there. Hopefully, Felix can bring a little bit something. This is his 3rd season. Felix should be enough.
This is his make or break year.
100%.
So I think,
100%.
and it's nothing about the kid. He's a wonderful kid, local boy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love him. I mean, I love all that, but it's a big year for him, and I'm sure he knows that personally, what this year means for him and his future.
I think for the two rookie kids, the Ashton Galati that we got out of Louisville, and then the Jeffrey Bosley, he's from Oregon, is that right? Is Jeffrey Bosley from Oregon?
Yes, he's a linebacker slash. He's versatile.
Right.
He played both at Oregon.
Yeah, because it shows right here that he's going to back up on edge rusher type deal, but also the linebacker position.
Yeah, and the fact that and that's kind of it would be tough to give any of that other than an A, because Jones flexes out left over the defensive end and plays defensive end so much. So I mean, for me, I'd have to give that an A, knowing that those three, and like I said, Jones kind of does what he does, and it's so fun to watch him do that. And when he comes on the show, I'm going to say,
listen, man, Jonesy,
Stone Cold, shout out Stone Cold. So when he comes on the show, I want to hear in his mind, like if it's like he doesn't even know breaking the huddle where he's going to go line up. Right. Because you'll see him mid and he'll walk over and just kind of do this and slide someone over and go line up. I can't imagine with as much freedom and the amount of respect Spags has him, he was like, you just do your thing.
I think Spags probably gets him that free reign. I would think, and he's probably going to give us like the lowdown on all their good games. But I'm just saying. But I'm saying like what he is like. If he's like, hey, I went against, that left tackle. Right. 2 series ago, and I almost got him. I knew if I come back with this move, and it does. It's because everyone knows he does it. Yeah, so it's not a scouting report you're giving up. When they're watching this, they're like, he can line up at it. I think that's something they do with like Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett is like that.
But Garrett doesn't line up inside.
No, not inside. But I mean, there's some guys that kind of rotate and move around a little bit. Yeah, Jones for sure, because he can go in, he can go out. I mean, there's a lot of times you'll see Jones line up in the middle, and he'll just kind of just do a little swim move and blow by a guard or something where you're just like, man, and all of a sudden he comes on the outside. So Jones kind of changes that around a little bit.
So I say it's an A. For me, I say the defensive end or outside rushers is an A for me.
I think George has a big year this year. And I'm telling you, Charles O, man, hopefully we'll get Charles and George both before the season starts to pop on a Monday night. Charles O's going to have a big year. This is the first time he's been here that he hasn't had some type of obstacle, some type of hurdle to jump over to get to, the first part of the first year he was here, he had a suspension he had to deal with. Then he had that coming off the knee injury. So I'm telling you guys, the stuff I've watched, the stuff I've seen on his social media, on all of his training the offseason, Charles has been dialed in, man. He's been working, grinding. He's got some great people he trains with down there in Austin. All those UT Texas guys go through a certain guy down there that trains them. So I think Charles has a big year. I think George does. I'm excited about Ashton Gallant. I really am. George said the guy's got a motor, said that he'll bring some depth. He'll bring some good depth to that D-line. So Jamie's going to give the preseason grade an A. I'm going to give the preseason grade a B just because I think they're going to be good, but I think they're going to improve by the end of the season. I think for me, agree. I want to see that B go to an A and have them be an asset for the defense.
I was going to say the same thing and say that I would just like to see these guys I'd like to see the young guys show that they can provide something in terms of like depth and rotation line, like on third down play.
Sure. Yeah.
I want to see these guys come out and make something happen. Absolutely. And I just haven't seen some of these young guys do that yet.
Yeah.
And I just want to throw this out, no shade to the grade. I think totally fair grade. You guys can put plus or minuses on these A's, B's,
yes, sure.
C's.
Can't
imagine we're going to go any lower than a C. These guys are all pretty great players.
Let's go from the ends. We want to go inside of the tackle.
Yeah, let's hit inside because we already kind of talked about Chris Jones a little bit.
Pennell's a guy. He's just one of those steady big guys. Are we gonna miss Derek Nottie this year? I mean, Nottie was steady in the middle against the run. Yeah. Do we
Well,
miss? Do we
a
miss?
couple things
Okay.
with this.
Okay.
So I'm calling it, predicting now that Christian Watkins is a Kansas City Chief. All that weird shit that happened in
Yeah, what-
Vegas.
what-
So
I don't
listen,
understand. What is that? Tell me
they
about
said
the
it was
story.
they said it was a foot injury, right? And
Right.
he had a foot injury last
Right,
year,
right.
week 4, missed
Right.
the rest of the year. But he had, in his first 4 games, I want to say he had 3.5 or 4 sacks. I mean, he's an absolute monster.
You put him next to Jones inside there.
So he's an absolute
Jesus.
monster. So he's an absolute monster. So they signed him to a huge contract. Gets hurt week 4,
Right.
misses the rest of the year.
Right,
So
right,
then it goes out that Vegas wanted him to have surgery. He did not want to have surgery, which is his right to not have surgery.
Right.
So as this kind of
Man,
plays,
you signed that big contract though, and your team's paying you all that money. Don't you think you probably should get that surgery to try to be ready for the next? I mean,
it's his prerogative. I
No,
mean,
for
it's,
sure,
it's his,
for
it's
sure.
his body.
It's
It's his
his body.
prerogative. It's his body, his prerogative. So I don't know the history of the doctors in Vegas and what they've done or what they haven't done, what they've done right, what they haven't done
Yeah.
right. Obviously, he has his camp. His camp wasn't healthy with it, or wasn't. It's not healthy, but wasn't
what's good with it?
receptive to that idea.
Right.
Okay. So as it goes, so it breaks the story last Friday that they are releasing him. So immediately it's on every network,
Yeah.
every Twitter, it's like, holy shit. And they said they voided a contract because they didn't agree with how they wanted to go about it. Okay. So it was weird to me. And I'm like, fuck, that this dude, something else had to happen.
Right.
So Schefter broke today. He was doing shit to teammates they didn't feel comfortable with. And so when I see this, I'm like, shit. Okay. I'm like, and obviously it's going to come out. Okay. So obviously Vegas wants it to leak because they don't want to pay this $32 million guaranteed,
Right.
whatever that is still, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So the story is, and this is Adam Schefter. It's not me making it up. It's not,
Right.
He kissed a dude on the forehead without his permission. You know how it was done. How
Come
it was.
on, Dylan. Listen, even our production guys over there, are like, what? He kissed the dude on the forehead.
Yes. So as this comes out, the dude wasn't comfortable with it. They didn't say who it was. So more and more will leak out. Now, if he did this multiple times, but he was playing around. He was playing around. Dude didn't feel comfortable. Went to HR, if you will. There's an HR in the NFL. Didn't feel comfortable. They released. So that's the deal. So
I don't think if Dylan kissed me on the forehead, I'd just cancel KC Podcast Company. I mean, I might say, hey, Dylan, I really don't need you to be kissing me on the forehead, but I don't
also,
think,
like,
I don't think we're walking away
yes.
from you
I mean,
guys.
like, you're well. I mean, he's a
Devin's
big
over there
man.
shaking his head like, ain't nobody kissing nobody's forehead over here.
You know, so it's crazy. It's just a wild story, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. So let me give you guys this though, because this is what I'm predicting. So he played in Miami
Right.
with Tyreek.
Right.
Tyreek always talks about the culture in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's what he
And
was a man with Tyreek.
And
He
what's
was- he
that
was-
like in Kansas City?
He was a man
So
with
he went
Tyreek.
to the Raiders, signed this huge deal. It's like, okay, it didn't work out, and all this grievance stuff. He's cut, so he's not coming back. They can't renege it, can't whatever. So he's coming back. Okay, somebody's going to sign him.
Yeah.
What a better option to come play in Kansas City, play with Steve Spagnuolo, play next to Chris Jones, have a chance to win a Super Bowl. So whether it's a 1-year prove-it deal, whether it's to come in, then you beat Philadelphia their own game. We couldn't match Philadelphia's defensive line with our offensive line, and we couldn't match them. So you beat them at their own game. You put those two guys next to each other.
Right.
I'm talking right now. It is the best defense in the NFL, and it's not even close.
I'll tell you what. I think our defense, just as a whole, is going to be nasty this year. I think they're going to be quicker. They're going to be younger. They're going to be nasty. I think the D line is going to set stuff. Our linebackers, our secondary.
So I'm going to give this grade because I really think it's something that they will explore. If you go to a Mahomes,
why would you not?
if you go to Mahomes or you go to Chris Jones or you go to their leaders in that locker room, they're like, make it happen.
Yeah.
Jones can log a call. It's not tampering. Be like, boy, you come play right now. What we do, then the rotational pieces that they have, and then dude,
then you have the draft pick we got out of Tennessee,
who's already running with the ones, Omar.
You start looking at Omar, and then you look at Pennell's because Pennell's that journeyman. I think he gives you that big. And Pennell's got that nastiness too. Pennell's nasty, man.
You don't win 2 years ago without Big Mike Pennell.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. Big Mike in the middle, and he loves being here in Kansas City. He loves Spags.
I always say he looks like Suge Knight.
He looks a little bit like Suge.
He does. He's a monster.
Listen, and Pennell's nasty, bro. I've done a little work with Mike. I know Mike, and I'm telling you what, man, that guy's hands. You shake his hand, man. His hand is all of a sudden your hands is like in golf. You're just like, where'd my hand is? He's a big dude, man. But
and I'm sure everyone's going to line up to Adam in some capacity. Yeah. If anyone has any Baltimore, Philly, that dude's
that's nice. I see that dude going to be with the Ravens or something, trying to go over, trying to unseat us from our throne in the AFC.
But
man.
like I said, inside track in the locker room, Tyreek's like, it's the winning culture. It's how it is. Everyone, there's probably a handful of dudes who have played with Coach Reed in his entire tenure in the NFL that have any smoke with him. It's just, he is a wonderful man, a great coach, better man. And I don't know people who wouldn't. And you insert him into the culture that is Kansas City and Chris Jones and playing well. There's not another guy other than Philly, but I don't know where Philly stands cap-wise that could bring him in that would be next to a guy, because Carter and Philly is the next Chris Jones.
Did you guys see that Deshaun Jackson came out over the weekend? He was on NFL Network or one of the shows, and they were talking about best coaches he's ever played for. He's like, hands down, he's like Andy Reid.
Yeah.
He's like,
so I think Reed. So that kind of got sidetracked, Quinn. With that.
Maybe we chalk up this the D tackle position to an award that we'll give out later.
Absolutely.
But what do you guys give your grade for D tackle?
Again, by being myself, I give the grade a B, because if you go add Christian Wilkins, that's going to just, and at the end of the year, this may be an A+ type unit, because if this D line does what we think they're going to do, tackles and edge rushers, they set the tone for everything.
I mean with
I would
Chris
say
Jones
right now,
and Jerry Tillery, I would have been fine if you said A. I mean, Chris Jones already makes that an A.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, the only reason the only reason I keep setting B, because I'm like, I think there's room to see what these guys are really
and
doing.
I'm B. And once again, Tillery has had a lot of potential, had some pretty decent years.
Right.
And
first rounder.
He seems, yes, absolutely first rounder. And to hear him, once again, what I was just saying in a testament to, he goes, the whole entire culture is different when you're here.
Right.
He goes, and that's a guy who's a veteran, who was a first round pick, who's played with some good organizations, the Chargers, the Vikings. But he's like, it's different.
Right.
So he just needs to call Christian and be like, I've been here for 4 months now. It's different.
Right.
It's different than it was in Miami.
Right.
You got the coolest, and I love, oh boy, Miami. He got so much swag. I love the head coach of Miami. Love him. Love him.
What's his name? McDaniel?
Yes.
McDaniel?
He's in gold rim glasses, gold rolly. He's got his.
That's you, because you love the swag.
Yes.
I don't know.
But he hasn't won anything. So but back to what Kansas City is.
He hasn't won a playoff game.
Sounds like B is the grade.
Yeah, I'd say B for me right now, just because I want to come at the end of the season and say, man, we won a Super Bowl, and this is why. These guys showed up. These rookies showed up. Christian Wilkins all of a sudden came to D-line. Him and Jones.
Let's talk linebacker.
Guys, we'd like to thank our resident sponsor, Proactive Solutions. They've been with us from day one. They allow us, Love You Bro podcast, to get to do what we do each and every week, and that's bring you a new episode with new guests. So a big shout out to Dean and Natalie Thede at Proactive Solutions. Proactive Solutions has been delivering infrastructure solutions and IT design and consultation services to clients ranging from startups to Fortune 100 companies for more than 27 years. They are proud to be a Kansas City locally owned and a top woman-owned business, offering custom solutions and personalized support. So thank you to Proactive Solutions, Dean and Natalie. If you guys are interested and your company needs some IT solutions, reach out to Proactive Solutions at www.proactivesolutions.com. We have two great resident sponsors that really help us here at Love You Bro Podcast and allow us to do what we get to do week in and week out. Lula's Southern Cookhouse, Bradley and Brittany Gilmore, owners of Lula's. It's at 1617 Main Street. If you have not been down here, please come down on a Sunday and have brunch. Great wait staff, great bartenders. The ownership team with Bradley and Brittany Gilmore are just fantastic people, and they allow us to do what we get to do in this amazing event space at Lula's Southern Cookhouse. Linebacker. Let's look at the linebacking core, man. I mean, you've got Chanel, you've got Bolton. Who else we got in the linebacker?
And
the
Drew.
Linebacker crew. Oh yeah, absolutely. Drew, my boy Drew Tranquil. And Drew was another guy, man. Drew came over and was another guy. The first thing he talked about coming over from the Chargers was just the mentality in the locker room.
Yeah.
He talked about Spagnuolo. He talked about the mentality. He goes, when you come here, you don't talk about games you should win, games you should. He's just like day in and day out. It's about wins, man. It's about stacking wins, getting to playoffs, and getting to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And he goes, that winning mentality with Spags and Reed. He goes, the whole mentality is different when you walk in the building.
And so for me, without even hesitation, that linebacker room's an A+. And I think you have the best run stuffing linebacker in the NFL with Bolton.
He's a beast, man.
With Bolton.
Shout out to Mizzou. I'm going to stop you just there for a second. On next week's show, you guys, and I'm stopping this because of Nick Bolton, and I hope when Bolton sees the love we give to MIZ next week, that maybe we get Bolton to come on the show sometime this year.
Excellent segue.
But we're going to do a Missouri show next week. We're going to get ready for our KU-MU weekend in Columbia, Missouri. But on next week, we're going to have Martin Rucker on set next week. We'll have guys like Mitch Morse. We'll see if Chase Daniel, if we get Chase to call in. Mitch Morse will be calling in from Florida.
Come on, Chase.
Yeah, so we got MU. If you guys have been watching too, was it Fox Sports 1 or whatever? They canceled a bunch of shows. Which one of the shows was Chase Daniel's show. Chase has been going on this YouTube breaking down quarterbacks in training camp. And that guy right now, followers, subscribers, and everything, he knows the game inside and out. He's playing behind some great quarterbacks. So we're looking forward to hopefully.
How do you cancel my girl Joy Taylor?
I don't know about that one either. Yeah, I don't know.
How you canceled? I mean, that show she was on.
Yeah.
So back to
linebacker. Nick Bolton.
And then to
I
me,
like this.
the most underrated player, top 3 in National Football League, hands down, and it's not even close, is Leo Chanel.
Leo Chanel.
And he is going to give
You've been on record saying this many times before.
Leo Chanel, underrated, man. I mean, underrated. Nobody knows
so I'll
about
tell you this:
54.
he is underrated. He's going to get a bag next year. That's a guarantee.
He's got to get a bag next year, man. All the guy does is make tackles.
What makes him so underrated?
I think his ability. First of all, he's a brilliant kid.
Yes,
He's very, very smart, and he has learned, obviously multiple positions in Spags' defense. His ability to cover in the flats, his ability, the whole blocked field goal last year. It's a desire, and it's also a smart, how brilliant a testament to it is. But he can rush the passer. Yeah. You can utilize him in so many different ways.
He can blitz. Like I said, sometimes Spags will send him on a blitz, and it's like you just don't think 54 in the middle of this thing is coming, and all of a sudden, when you realize he's coming, he's already in the backfield chasing.
And when he gets to you,
he finishes.
I don't break down tape every single game, but I'll say this. You can probably count on half of one hand missed tackles when that guy gets to the point of attack.
Yeah. He's going to finish.
He's a for sure.
Now, Chanel played the same school that the Bosa brothers played, correct? Was it? No, college.
No, he played at Wisconsin.
Where'd the Bosa brothers play at?
Ohio State.
Yeah.
Okay, so who? There's some guys that I'm thinking of that played at Wisconsin. Who are some of the other brothers? Oh, was it the Watts? The Watts played at Wisconsin,
they were the
right?
Wisconsin brothers.
So the Watts played at Wisconsin. One of the Watts, I don't know whether it was JJ or it was TJ Watt. One of them.
JJ, because JJ was most
But one of them had a ton of the stats, right? Chanel is the all-time leading tackler at Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
And they were saying the Watts were like up there, but Chanel broke their record or whatever. Chanel has the the record up there.
Yeah,
with
I mean,
for
I
all-time
think,
tackles.
like I said, he is he's going to get a bag. He's one of the most underrated linebackers or defensive players in the NFL, as far as I'm concerned. And then we touched base on him earlier, and it's the Bossa kid who is extremely athletic, extremely athletic, and was one of the best linebackers in college football last year in covering tight ends. He is super versatile.
Yeah.
So they will utilize him in a lot of ways, like they've utilized Leo.
Right.
So, but I mean, to me, it's an A+ because it is, and Tranquil, so he's steady as the day is long.
Yeah.
Drew,
That dude just loves contact.
Love contact, hard nose. I will say this. Now, I remember 2 years. How long's Drew been here?
This is third year.
Okay. This will
Won
be
a
his third
Super
year.
Bowl last year, lost a
So
Super Bowl.
the year before when we opened up with the Chargers,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, the fuck is this guy with this neck brace, man? I go, he was smashing us, dude. And he was hitting dudes. I called our brother Big Vic, and I'm like, who is this fucking dude?
Yeah.
I'm like, he was just flying around the field, hitting anything in a red jersey.
Trank was that guy that if you put a jersey on one of these poles, he's gonna find a way to take that thing down.
And so I was like,
that dude will run
and then
through.
when we got him, it was like, dude, God, yeah, like that, because he wears that, those.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
Yeah.
that dude. I'm like, he was just smashing dudes, like car wreck every time. I'm like, man, they're playing even that way, and he's just running through dudes.
And he came from Notre Dame, right?
Yes.
Drew played at Notre Dame.
Yeah. So I mean, a linebacking core.
I give it an A.
Yeah.
Jamie gives it an A+. I give it an A. I'm hoping it's A+ across the board. We bring home another Super Bowl.
All right, let's move on to secondary. I think.
Want to do corners
we wanna
first?
do corners first or
Let's
safeties?
do corners. Let's do corners first.
Okay. Let's go with corners. Corners, bro. We're gonna have we got obviously McDuffie. And then we're waiting. So how concerned are you about Christian Fulton?
Oh man, that
Anybody,
like,
Quinn? How concerned are you? About
I'm
Christian?
saying it's a C right now with where that is right now.
I don't think it's C, but I mean, Christian Fulton thing worries me because the more research we do on it and see, he's had injuries the last couple of years, and now to go like we're starting camp and he's on the PUP list, like I'm like, dude, we did not go get this kid to have because with the healthy Christian Fulton, with what he was doing in the middle of the season last year, dude, you put Christian with McDuffie and some of the other kids we have here, the secondary could be special. But is he going to be healthy though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a C for me. Obviously, you've got McDuffie, top 5 corner in the league, and he carries it to a C because other than that, we saw.
Dude, I'll tell you, McDuffie is slick, bro. That dude is.
Fulton's injury was a quote unquote cleanup surgery.
Yes, he went under the night. So it's a C for me on that. If you look at it behind it's Watson. We said this last week. He was really, really good before the injury last year that set him back.
Yeah.
But then
Watson played well. But then you got
Najee Johnson, who's real undersized for me personally.
Right. So Najee more of a backup in the slot, you think? Because then you still got Joshua Williams,
and they got the
Williams.
3rd round pick. It's a 3rd round pick, right? The Williams kid from Cal. He was a 3rd round
Major
pick.
Williams. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, Major Williams, the draft pick we got, right?
Noel Williams.
Oh, Noel Williams. My bad.
Yeah.
Noel. Okay.
No,
Well, they've got him behind Christian on the starting part of it.
Yeah. And then the kid from Florida State, Knowles the second. I mean, he might have a chance, but for me, corner right now is a C. And like I said, it's a.
I'm telling you, if corner's a C, we're gonna have problems this year because I mean everybody the way they throw the ball around the field. If our DBs are a C, we're gonna be in trouble.
But if our line's getting to the quarterback, that's just it. If you have a phenomenal pass rush, your D-backs can be a C
for sure.
If you have A+ D-backs, your D line can be. I mean, it's kind of goes hand in hand. So for me.
So we're on this deal then. So where does Shamari Connor where does he fit in this mix?
Well, he's a
D-back.
Wallace. So Shamari, they said early in the week was lining up in that role that Fulton would like inside.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean,
and putting Watson and Duffy on the outside.
Yeah. So
Jude, what's your final grade on the
final grade on the DBs right now? I think I've got to give him a C right now until we figure out is Christian Fulton going to be healthy. What's he gonna bring when he's in? Because I think if he's healthy and he's back on track when the season starts, this secondary has a chance to be really, really good because I think we've got a lot of depth. That's the one thing the Chiefs and Beats have always done is really good depth in the secondary. Those guys have held up pretty good. I mean, you guys know when we got killed last year against Philadelphia, it was in the trenches. We got killed up front, both sides of the ball, and it set the tone. When those guys came out and punched us in the mouth and they realized that they could rush with just 4 dudes, man, that set the tone for the whole game. So I think, I think the secondary, I'm going to give it a C, but I think a healthy Christian Fulton will be a big jump, and then the depth as long as we can stay healthy back to which that's what everybody has to say about.
We gotta get to offense, so let's hit.
Well, we didn't talk about safeties.
Yeah, let's go. We gotta go to
Safeties.
Yep.
Safeties. I'm A with safeties. I love the versatility of Cook for one.
I love Cook.
And I think Jaden Hicks takes that next step. And everyone saw it last year. That is a big boy that brings the lumber. He looks like he belongs. He looks like, he plays with an edge. He plays with. That dude is a guy that's going to take that next step.
I'm telling you right now. Shout out to, and I'm giving a shout out because I want him to know. Giving a shout out to his dad, Pop Hicks, man. It's a really, really cool family. But yeah, when you meet his dad, you meet his mom, his brother, his sister. Like when you meet the family, you realize he's such a good kid. But when you see him, his dad talks about it, he goes, man, Jaden likes bringing the wood, man.
He's a big kid, dude. Yes. And when you hear him, whether you're watching it, usually when you're watching him, because in the stadium it's so loud if you're there. But when you're watching on TV and he hits someone, whether it's in a running game or he's hitting receiver, it hits different. Yeah. Like his pads hit differently. However, it sounds weird, but it pops different. Yep. It sounds like a firework went off. Yep. And then Cook, he's just tough, man.
Yeah.
He's
tough.
I love his game. I love that young tandem of secondary. That young tandem of secondary reminds me of Woods and Tongue.
Yeah, there you go.
He reminds me of Jerome Woods.
I like that. Reggie Tongue and Jerome Woods.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, a young safety duo who's young, athletic, who can go get the ball, but is also very, very physical, doesn't miss tackles. And then you throw in the low key, and I'm saying low key, bringing back Mike Edwards.
I like that.
Is a very low key move,
man. I think him and Deion Bush are both really good backups. Really good veteran leadership.
But then Shamari, if you have Fulton, when he comes back, Shamari can go back to that hybrid safety. Yeah. And it's an A+. It's not an A+, but it's an A safety room for me. Yeah. I mean, it is.
I'll give the safety room an A. Like the young kids, I got a picture back at the house, and brothers in Carolina, and it's a picture come off the field. And it was Tongue, Woods, and then Dale Carter and James Hasty.
Oh yeah, that's filthy.
Those are two of our favorite cornerbacks ever watched.
That's filthy.
Carter because he was just so freakishly athletic, and the way you can
them dudes couldn't play in the league right now because they won't let you be physical like that.
Hasty's too physical.
They would have been like, this is bullshit, boy. We ain't doing this.
James Hasty, man, shout out to him because that was a physical dude, man.
And it wasn't dirty. It was just physical.
He was just physical at the line of scrimmage.
It was physical.
So
there we go. So at the end of the day there, Quinn.
I like it. The defense looked pretty good then. A lot of A's, some B's. Yeah. C in the cornerback room. All right, I think we should move on to offense then. All right, I think we should start with the big one. The big P, number 15. Patty, quarterback room. What do we think? I don't think there's any other answer.
Yes.
There's nobody. To me, there's nobody better in football. I don't care. I don't care about all the stats. I don't care about all the stuff. And I'm gonna give a shout right now because I want these people listening. I want these people coming after us. I'm telling you guys right now, the only guy I can really kind of nod my head to and give a little respect to is Jalen Hurts because he's got the one Super Bowl. But I don't care what it is. Every day and twice on Sunday, if I'm starting my team, my roster, I'm starting with 15. I mean, A++, and not because
I don't know. I mean, yes, but I don't know about if you're starting your team at a 30-year-old quarterback. If you were the GM of I would take.
Let's stop right there for a second. Tell me right now, you and I, somebody just gave us whatever the salary cap is. They gave you and they gave me. We flip a coin, and they say, Jamie, you got first pick. Who do you take?
And you're starting a franchise? I'm not starting with a 30-year-old quarterback. Jaden Daniels. I'll take him. I would start him.
Okay, so that's
I don't care what you've done you're talking about starting a franchise. But I'm not. No one in their right mind would take a 30-year-old quarterback if you're starting a franchise.
First of all, he's not 30. First of all, he's 29. He'll turn 30 during the season.
Yeah.
First of all,
But no one's taking. No.
What do you mean no one's taking?
No.
I'm telling you right now. I want
Quinn, what do you think? If you're starting a franchise,
First of all, hold on.
and your first pick,
I want a guy that's got rings, Quinn. I want a guy that's got rings. I want a guy that wins. I want a guy that knows how to win.
Not a season, not this season coming up. A franchise.
Okay, so let's restate the question.
Keep me out of it. Keep me out of it.
If you're taking
Quinn,
right now,
what do you say? Come on.
Keep me out of it. I'm devil's advocate, man.
No, I'm asking Quinn. I'm gonna ask. Don't be smiling over there either, Dylan. You're gonna jump in this too. If you start this season right now, today.
Okay, but that's not what you said.
Okay,
that's not what you said.
So I'm talking about this season coming up right now.
That's not what you said.
Okay, so I'm changing the question. So this season we flip a coin, boom. Devin, Dylan, Quinn, we all get our shot. Who's your first pick to lead your team? Just tell me who you pick. Are you gonna say Daniels? Or who is it?
Patrick Mahomes, of course.
Yeah, I would say Mahomes. But to me though, there's a caveat with that, and the caveat, and we'll get to it here shortly. The caveat there is if Josh Simmons is who I've said this now probably the third show. If Josh Simmons is who we think he is, then Mahomes could have a MVP caliber season. If he's not, and it's roulette at left tackle, then I wouldn't take him with the first pick.
But that's not. I'm not talking about lines and talking about all this stuff.
Statistically, I mean, yeah.
I'm not talking about statistically because we know Burrow put up better numbers, Josh Allen put up better numbers, Lamar Jackson put up better numbers. But those three guys, I'm still not taking them over Mahomes because they haven't beat him when it counts. They haven't beat him when it matters. Jalen Hurts, I have to tip my hat to him because Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Everybody saw it. And like you said, because he was running for his life the whole time, didn't have the guys. But I'm just saying, if I start a team right now this year, I want 15.
Yeah, no one would call you crazy.
Because I'm not saying crazy. I'm just saying.
No one would call you crazy for doing that.
Yeah, I'm
no
just
one
saying,
would call you. And no one would call you crazy for
A
taking.
plus out of you. A minus.
I would say because
I would say, and I love Minshew.
I was just gonna say, shout out best backup quarterback in the whole NFL. Gardner
He played
Minshew.
his best game last year against
Uncle
the Chiefs.
Rico.
Yeah.
He was hitting Devontae on ropes down the sideline and throwing passes that not to do because anything could happen and all of the backups we had. He has been one that is like capable, and he's a guy that players like and love to be around.
Right.
Love him in the locker room. So I think it's a great, A+.
No, but and when Minshew, when we picked him up, Jamie was the first one to call and be like, dude, that's a great pickup for backup quarterback. So I mean, A+. I mean, hopefully we don't have to go to Minshew unless we got some blowouts and we go to him then. But I think 15 right now. They said obviously he looks good, and I'm telling you right now, he's pissed off. He's playing with a chip on his shoulder. I cannot wait for September 14th. All you Philly fans, come to Kansas City with all your cheesesteak and all your bullshit and all your, all the stuff you guys chant and rave and do. Bring it. I want Philadelphia. Bring all your smoke. Bring all your smoke to Kansas City.
How about our running backs?
Hey, hold on, man. I'm not done telling Philadelphia. Let Philadelphia bring all the smoke they want to bring. Eagles fans, bring all the smoke you got. I'll tell you where we'll be. We can meet on Friday night. We'll buy drinks. We might do something here at Lula for some of you Philadelphia Eagles fans. Cheesesteak, eating, whatever, man. Listen, bring all the smoke September 14th. And we'll get into schedules and breakdowns and all that stuff later. Sorry, I got off track a little bit.
No, it's all right. I stepped in. Shots were being fired.
Shots are being fired all the way to Philadelphia.
I stepped in the crosshairs.
Yes.
No, that was my bad.
So Hershey, Pennsylvania, and everywhere else in Philadelphia. They can all.
All right, let's talk about running backs then.
All right, let's go to the running back room before I start telling the Eagles fans what I really feel about Philadelphia.
Running back room. I'm saying.
Why are you hesitating over there on running back room, man?
Well, I mean, I'll say C. On the
you give the running back room a C?
Oh, C.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, I love Rashad Smith. I love what I think this kid's going to bring to us from SMU. I told you, there's a good friend of our program, Steve Brittingham, and he's got a good friend of his that coaches out at SMU. And when we drafted Rashad, he texted me within 5 minutes and just said, hey, coach said he's a dog. He'll bring something to the table.
But like you said,
are you more hung up because like Isaiah came off like not good of a season? He was injured, and then we got Kareem. Like, what's your take?
To me, other than until I see Bashard do it with pads on and not in preseason game one, going against dudes that won't make rosters,
right?
So I can see him do that. There's no juice in that room. There's no one that
you don't
can
like
hit
Elijah
the
Mitchell?
hole.
You don't like Elijah Mitchell?
He hadn't played in 2 years. He's hurt all the time. He probably won't even make the team, to be honest. But
Okay.
there's no juice, man. There's no one that can take the ball the distance. There's no one that can, that will get you that yard. I love Pacheco. He plays so hard. Everyone knew, and I'll say this is his first year since he's been with the Chiefs that he's been healthy at starting camp.
Yeah.
So what that is, and Kareem has said he's in the best shape of his life. So I don't know, but once again,
I'm kind of excited for Pacheco and Kareem to be healthy coming in training camp. Hoping they're healthy starting the season to see kind of what that 1-2 punch looks like.
But do either one of them put fear in you?
No.
But that's what I'm saying. For me, there's no juice. If Brashard can bring that, and he can bring that, he can take the ball on a screen pass and go, or he can take the ball in the flat and go.
Okay, but what I like about the running back room is a healthy Pacheco, a healthy Kareem, where it's not like Pacheco was injured. We had to go get Kareem, and Kareem wasn't playing. And then when we got Pacheco back, Kareem was beat up because he's run the ball 30 times a game there for about 8 games. I want to see them fresh. That 1-2 punch with Brashard mixed in there. Maybe Elijah Mitchell if he makes the team or not.
Yeah. So
but I
what's your
want to see
grade?
what that looks like. I'm going to give it a C right now for sure. I'm going to give it a C until we see what Brashard Smith does and to see what. But I think a healthy Pacheco and a healthy Kareem Hunt, I think is going to bring kind of a nice little 1-2. They don't put any fear in anybody. But if our O-line does what they should be doing, I think it's going to be just fine. I think they'll end up the season as a B. That's just my
How
take
about wide
there.
receivers?
You know what? Let's go back for 1 second, Quinn. Let's go back for 1 second because I'm still on this right now. Let's go back right now. What do you think touchdown wise? And I'm saying this because I was watching Clark, the Real Clark show. I like watching Ryan Clark stuff. He was talking about
Cam
Mahomes.
Newton don't.
He was Cam Newton. Yeah, that's another bozo. So anyway, can I not say that on here? I think we're good. What do you think? Ryan Clark was asking guys on this set what they thought of how many touchdown passes, Mahomes was going to throw. Someone threw out the number 28, and Clark said more. Clark said he'll throw more than 30 this year. That was his take on it. Where are you with Mahomes? What do you think he throws this year?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Just a guess.
like
you're
30.
throwing a dart at it as much as we are. We're just throwing darts.
I liked the 30 number, honestly. Maybe 35, somewhere between 30 and 40.
I think it's over 30 this year. It's just something, and like Jamie always says,
right.
I'm a homer, and I always see the glass half full. And maybe not, but what do you think?
Yeah, 30 is good. 30.
What would you be disappointed? What is there a number that would disappoint you if you're like, and what's a number that you look at and go, if he throws 22, we're in trouble. They're going to go 8.
I would say if it's less than 30, it's disappointing because you've invested high picks in Rasheed, you've invested high picks in Worthy, you've invested high picks in your line, you've invested high picks in your tight ends and Wiley's at third round. So to me, that would be because there's no reason not to.
Before we go to the receiver room, is this the best receiving room he's had since he's been here? I can't think of a better receiving room.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think it. I think it is. I think the biggest thing in everyone's how you can determine a lot of this shit 25, 30, 35. Go ahead, Quinn.
I know. I just will say the only times that Mahomes has thrown fewer than 30 passing touchdowns, it's only happened 4 times. One of them doesn't count. It was his rookie year where he didn't play at all.
Yep.
The other 2 times were the other 3 times were 2019. He threw 26 touchdowns in 14 games, and then it was 23 and 24 with 27 touchdowns and 26 touchdowns. So,
I think that. To me, if you're less than the 30, receiver wise, I think, but to grade it out, I think you have to get it incomplete until we know Rice's suspension. And once again,
sure, that's a big.
We've talked about 2 games to 8 games. So once we find that out, if it's 2 games, I think it's hands down his best receiving core he's ever.
You look at the way they've got this depth chart right here, Quinn, and you're talking Rasheed Rice, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood. And then right behind it, Juju, Jalen Royals. Does Sky Moore make this team?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Even
I don't think he does either.
Not
I don't think Sky makes it. They like the Tyquan Thornton. Where'd Tyquan Thornton come from, Quinn?
New England.
Okay, I see that. I know they
He's got
like
a lot
him.
of speed. He's got everyone loves it because he has a lot of speed.
I know they
But
like
said
him.
He's been running pretty decent routes and he's been once again without pads on running flat lines like he's turned heads. But yes, I would say
Incomplete.
it is the most talented room.
I think it's the most talented room, man. I think you go line up Rasheed Rice, Hollywood Brown, and Xavier Worthy, and then you got Kels, and you got the tight end room, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
And then you got Jalen Royals.
I'm fine leaving this incomplete until we hear about the suspension.
Yeah. Let's just leave it as incomplete because we don't know how many games
We don't know
Rasheed's going to miss, and they
And that
say
matters a
Rasheed
lot.
looks really good in camp. I mean, the biggest thing, the biggest positive we can say right now with Rasheed, without knowing the suspension, is how he's come back from this knee injury. They say he looks good, fluent. I mean, the way he's running routes, throwing the ball to him. So. Hats off to Rasheed and the hard work he's put in this offseason to get back to where he is right now. Tight end room, Quinn.
Hey.
We got Travis, we got Noah Gray, Jared Wiley, and then where's the other? I'm not seeing that kid on here. The kid from Clemson.
He's an undrafted free agent, so he probably has to work his way up the depth chart.
I would think
Tanyan's a veteran who played with the Packers and Jets both and had caught multiple touchdowns, had multiple big decent years in the league.
Do you think the Clemson kid? Do you think because they say he looks
Practice
really good?
squad.
Do you think?
Yes, sir.
You think Tanyan's going to be? He'll be.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it depends. I don't know what they'll go with. They're not going to go. I doubt if they go with 4 tight ends. So.
No, I thought they said they were going to go 4 tight ends. That's what I thought they were keeping.
Then the receiver room's not as talented as we once thought they were a few minutes ago, and one receiver gets caught.
How many receivers do you keep?
6 to 7, depending on.
And it really depends on special teams, right? Because your 7th guy or your 4th guy, they've got to play special teams.
Yeah.
Totally.
They've got to play special teams.
Right. Remigio's got to play on that.
Right.
So I mean, it just depends.
So God, I mean,
they said Tanyan's not going to make the squad. So
I think this grade depends on how good of a season you think Kelsey's going to have.
Yeah.
Kelsey's going to ball out this year.
If you're in the ball out court, then I think you give this grade an A+. I think if you're in the Kelsey's on his last year, maybe, then
if you go ask the Swifties right now, it's year 13. The Swifties said he's going to blow up this year. So if you guys believe the Swifties say year 13.
Well, I think he is in as good a shape as possible, and I think he's hungry, and I think he doesn't want to go out on the year he had last year.
No,
so
man,
I think,
Travis
and I don't think once again, if the receiving room is the receiving room and Mahomes is Mahomes and the line's a line, he's not going to put up 1,417 touchdowns.
No.
He's not.
But listen, you and I met Travis when he first got here into Kansas City, and he was a guy that when we met him, and I know he's a guy. Yes, there's a lot of stuff going on, but he has not changed. He's not changed at all. What I'm saying is, Kelsey's he's a gamer, bro. He's a gamer. Loves the game. Loves the competition. The way he's come back hungry. They said the bounce in his step right now looks good right now early preseason. So hopefully he's got that.
I say it's tonight.
I
love Noah. I love Noah. Noah
got
proved, and they signed him last year.
Yeah.
They re-upped him.
I'm
Eric. Excited to see what Wiley can do because he was a big kid at TCU 2 years ago who had 8 touchdowns. It was a guy.
I didn't realize he started off at Texas. I didn't realize that's why I met him and got to talk to his family and stuff. Yeah. He started at Texas and then finished at TCU.
Then moved to the line. The line.
The line, man.
I say we grade the line as a unit as they play as one.
Yes, I'm good with that. And I will say it is a.
I'm gonna give it me personally. I'm gonna give it a B up front. If my man Josh Simmons, shout out to my guy from Ohio State, man. I'm gonna get an opportunity to work with Josh this year. Great kid. Just saying prayers that Josh stays healthy, because if he stays healthy, 15 stays healthy. And that line could go from a B to an A+ if they give him time.
And I mean, for me, I think it's a B with the potential to be the best line Mahomes has ever played with in his tenure in Kansas City.
And that's tough to say with Tooney being gone, and that's tough to say with no Joe Tooney.
It is, but I've said it about Kingsley. He's got a lot to live up to.
He's a big kid, man. Big strong kid.
The Becton kid, who was they're very comparable. Becton was a very high draft choice of the New York Jets.
Right.
Couldn't cut it with the Jets. Moved to Philadelphia. They moved him to left guard, and he was a monster. Built very similar to Kingsley. And mind you, now he wasn't playing with a rookie, but he was playing with one of the best offensive tackles in football in Philly. But he's a mauler, and he turned that into a monster deal with the Chargers, which has solidified the best offensive line in football. Chargers line
Those dudes, listen, that game in Brazil, that first Friday, the Chargers are going to run the ball. I'm telling you guys, they're going to run the ball 40 times. They're going to try and slow it down, keep Mahomes off the field, keep our receivers off the field, run it 40 times, and that Harbaugh dude, he's going to try to beat us 13-7, 10-7.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those games because that's what they're going to do.
For sure. So I think it's a B with a chance to be A++.
Well, guys, statistically, after we've done all the math, this is scientific. My absolute scientific grading system. The Chiefs overall, the preseason grade is an A-.
Okay.
Throughout
I
all
like that.
positions. Yeah,
My man
the whole
Quinn doing
team.
some extra work here. I love that,
Oh
man.
yeah, I'm pulling
I
out.
love
Quinn
that.
getting
I'm
in
pulling
it,
out
boy.
the math.
I love that, man. Quinn, we're gonna have to do some. We're gonna have to do some work here coming up before our KU Mizzou show. There's some guys I want you to look up and reach out to
That's
through
next
social
week.
media. Get a hold
MU.
of our MU show next week. So looking forward to it.
You better put on some black and gold, boy.
I'm gonna wear some MIZ next week, man. I'm gonna wear some MIZ. My boy Martin Rucker's gonna be on set. Ruck will be here. Like I said, Mitch Morris. I'm gonna reach out to Jay Mack. I did a little bit of work for Jeremy Macklin. Hopefully Jay Mack can call in. I know those guys. Jay Mack's a high school coach, so I don't know where that'll fit in. But hopefully during the night,
I'm gonna try to find me a Derek Chivas jersey.
you find whatever, man. I'm gonna be in some black and gold stuff next week. I may have. You know what? I may break out the first black. Love you, bro, with the gold, love you, bro, on there for our Mizzou guys next week, and bring a hoodie for Rob.
Yeah, for real.
So listen, today's been, man, great show.
Yeah, man.
We got into just so much more, man. I'm so excited for the season. And
Philly coming after you.
Oh,
boy.
listen,
They came
man.
after me last year.
Hey, that's fine.
That was some
Listen.
funny ass shit, boy.
Listen.
Philly came after me. I was
they
like,
came after you hard,
damn, man.
They came after the way you look, the way you dress. They came after everything.
they said I sound like Kermit. They sounded like Mahomes.
Internet's brutal, boys.
Listen, man.
Internet's brutal.
Eagle fans, bring all the smoke, baby. We're going to be here September 14th, home opener, and it's not going to be what it was like in the Super Bowl last year. I can promise you that. So, listen, man, we got lots to get to this week. We'll get super excited for our MU show. I'm going to have you working on some KU stuff because we'll do a KU show there. Guys, be looking for our information stuff that we have. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us
What's
on
that Royal
X.
score right now, Quinn?
What's that?
Royal score
and
right
then
now.
Go to our YouTube channel, please. Please like and subscribe. Our numbers and stuff are growing every day.
2-0.
Good guys?
2-0.
2-0 Royals?
Yeah, 2-0.
Nice.
2-0 was winning. Yeah.
So again, follow us all of our social media outlet, guys, and be looking for us. Quinn's going to throw some information out here in the next few weeks about our show in Columbia. We will be doing a 3-hour podcast from Columbia, KU-MU game, September 6th.
Yo, Christian Watkins, get here.
Yeah, Christian Watkins, get here, and Christian Fulton, please get better, man, because we need you on this team. But all right, man, we'll look forward to what's coming up next, and just have a good week, brother.
Yeah, you too, brother.
We'll get back on next week, all right?
Perfect.
Love you, bro.
Love you.
All right, man. So next week we're out.